Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And, this is the brother Yahweh from the GMS Detroit camp. And this is pretty much going to be a continuation of, the video I did. I had to cut it short. It's at the plantation, man. So I'm gonna just, pick up where I left off from. But, again, you women, y'all gonna learn, man. Y'all gonna learn. So again, just pretty much going back into, the situation that happened earlier. Now you had, a group of women, black women, young black women that were fighting earlier. One of them was a bull dagger. And the other one were just, just carpet lickers, That's what they was, just to put it, plainly. That's what they was, and that's pretty much what they was fighting over. And that's off in itself, man. So, just grab that real quick. This is the book of Romans, getting straight to the point, man. The book of Romans, chapter 1, and verse 25. Slakia, not 25, verse 26. And this is Romans 1 and 26, and it says, "For this cause Yahweh gave them up to vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense that recompense of the error which was meet." So yeah, man, that's off in itself, because women aren't supposed to be dealing with other women, just like men are supposed to be dealing with other men. And I see, a young Jake earlier, that was a sodomite, extremely effeminate, voice was extreme, man. Dude, like he didn't have a lick of testosterone in him, as light as his voice was, man. And I'm a soft-spoken guy myself, but still, man, dude was extremely effeminate, man. And that's why the Lord is going to kill a lot of the Israelites, man. He going to kill 2/3, man, because they wicked, But again, focusing on you women, you wicked women, man, y'all gonna learn the hard way, man. Because again, the little bull dagger chick, she trying to be all rough and tough, and then, another nigga woman, pretty much, they was acting a fool, man. Cussing out, the guards, the other guards, and even the police, And, just all you women that, that got this attitude, like you can't be touched, just like you so rough and tough. Okay, cool. Remember, baby, keep that same energy. When all hell breaks loose, keep that same energy, man. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. And I'm going to start at verse 6. And it says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces shall be turned into paleness." Let me see real quick what that says in NLT, because sometimes, it gives a vivid, a more vivid description, It's like, it doesn't say, it doesn't, give a more clear, detail. But again, we're coming into that time, man. We're coming into that time where, it's describing how men are going to be during the time of Jacob's trouble. So if the men are going to be afraid, like a woman in travail, like a woman giving birth, experiencing birth pains, how much more you women, because you women are extremely dependent on this grid, man. You do have, men that are dependent on it, but primarily you women, you are extremely dependent on this grid, But once it goes down, then what? What are you going to do then? This is verse 7, Jeremiah 30:7, and it says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And yes, man, this is going to be the worst time ever in history, man. No time where, the Israelites were ever in trouble is going to compare to this time that we're about to come into, man. It's going to be extremely bad. The Lord is going to have to step in and help us, which I want to grab that, the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1, because it's going to be so bad that even Michael the archangel is going to have to step in and, protect us, It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And it says, And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, and everyone that should be found written in the book. And yeah, man, only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered from this tribulation, man, from this time of trouble. Now, granted, the elect, are still going to be affected. They're still going to go through their particular trials, but again, they're going to be delivered. They're going to make it through this thing, unlike a lot of people out here that are going to perish in this time, man. Again, primarily women, because like I say, anytime I make a video going into, tribulation or the time of Jacob's trouble, man, a lot of you women are going to be left completely defenseless. There's not going to be any men out here to protect you, So before I go to second address, I want to get Isaiah chapter 3. I start at verse 16, man, going into you black women, because again, the Lord cursed you, man. And as you can see, the headline reads, Judah's women denounced, man. So you Judite women, you're the head tribe of the nation of Israel, man, as far as the women, because the tribe of Judah in general is the head tribe of all the 12 tribes, man, because whatever the nation of, it's like whatever the tribe of Judah does, the other nations follow, but again, you black women, you're going to learn the hard way, man. You don't even realize it. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16, and it says, Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, and mincing as they go, and making a tickling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. And yeah, man, the Lord cursed a lot of you women, you black women. That's why you have a hard time growing hair. The Lord cursed you, because again, a woman having long hair, or a woman's hair is her glory, especially if she has long flowing hair. Now, this isn't the case for all so-called black women, but a good majority of them, yeah, they have a hard time growing their hair. Hence the reason why they have to wear, these weaves and these wigs, because that's their glory. But the Lord stripped you of that, man, because you're proud, you're haughty, as it says, man. And then it's just going into it, because that chick that I seen earlier that pretty much got beat up, she even got her hair ripped out. Now, she didn't have, super long flowing hair, but, her natural hair was ripped out of her head, man, and it was all over the floor, But again, like I said, you women that want to be so rough and tough, what are you going to do when the time of Jacob's trouble comes? Because a lot of men are going to die out here, man. So I'm going to jump down to verse 25. This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25, and it says, Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. So yeah, man, a lot of men are going to be drafted, to fight during World War III, and that the men that get drafted to this war are going to die, they're not coming home. So you can lose all hope. Any man that gets drafted, to go over there and fight, in the Middle East during World War III is going to die over there. He's not coming home. So again, that's going to leave you women, and children defenseless, and the men that are left over here are still going to die, however the Lord sees fit. So I'm going to get the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 33. And it says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Yeah, man. Just like Isaiah 3 said, man, the men, these Pookies and these Ray Rays, these tough guy niggas out here, they're going to die. They're going to die in a war. Those that are slated to be drafted are going to be drafted, and they're going to die over there, And then the men that somehow escape being drafted, are either going to die, by the famine over there. It's like you are going to die by the famine, or by the sword, or by the teeth of wild beasts, however the Lord sees fit, or ultimately, by the ultimate sword, the ICBM missiles, man, because that's going to be a judgment for a lot of you people, again, you women, because a lot of you women make up the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man, because remember, you women outnumber the men, So, what are you going to do when this time comes, is my question. What are you going to do, because you're going to seek, to find a man of the Lord, right? So, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And it says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by their name to take away our reproach. So yeah, man, a lot of you women, there were demons, to, not only men, but even the men of the Lord, man. You're going to be rejected in that day, because you're going to receive, you're going to seek, that refuge, that protection from all the madness that is going to be going on out here, man. And you're going to die, just to put it plainly, there are women, a lot of women that are going to be saved, but, there are going to be a lot more women that are going to be, judged. You're going to be put to death. And a lot of you are going to be seeking answers, man. Because once the Lord takes his prophets off the street, that's pretty much it, man. You're going to be looking for answers, and, who knows what happens. Who knows what will happen during that day, because we just may tell you this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, and verse 1. And it says, then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Because again, you're going to be looking, well, what should we do? Where should we go? And this is what we're going to tell you. Then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. So yeah, man, we only have bad news for you, because you black women, you're super proud, man. You are super proud, and you're going to receive your judgment, you women out there that aren't right, man. And just that display I seen earlier, man, those women are going to be judged, because they're not living right, And I'm just going to end it on this, man, because again, man, I'm still extremely upset, at seeing that madness today, man, because you nigga women, you're a goddamn disgrace to this nation, because it's always out in public, when you have to act a damn fool, man, and you make a lot of us look bad. Those of us that don't even have anything to do, those of us that don't even act like niggas, that act proper, that speak properly, that can conduct ourselves, with manners. You pretty much give the entire nation a bad reputation. So this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the third part, and the third shall be left therein. So yeah, man, all you wicked women out there, all you wicked women are going to die of all the tribes, man. We already know the heathen women that are over here in America are through. We ain't concerned about them. But all you Israelite women out there that are right, man, the Lord is going to kill you. It's plain and simple. The Lord is going to take you out because you're not right, man, and you're going to be reset. It's the reason why a lot of you are going to have to pretty much, understand, your ways. It's like you pretty much understand this truth, and pretty much realize you were doing wrong after you die. 2nd Esdras chapter 9, pretty much they'll know it after death by pain, man. You won't understand until you die horribly, that you weren't living right. And you had a time to get this truth, but, you bullshitted, with your time on the earth, man. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the artists of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I see you, Shalom.